Good morning, comrades. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the Nürburgring. Ahead of us is Rewe. Behind us is the gym where I just came out of. First of all, how are you guys doing? I'm genuinely interested in hearing how your lives are going, how you're going through the winter, how you're dealing with current world situation, how much are you looking forward to the upcoming season, to maybe come to the Nürburgring if you're able to make the journey. Tell me what's up. And today I was supposed to tell you about my sim rig, to show you my sim rig, tell you what kinds of sims I'm driving. And then last night, as I wanted to make the video, I was thinking like, I want to do it like better. I don't want to have it rushed. Oh, by the way, I'm also picking up some extra equipment, extra monitor, and yada yada yada. So I was making all kinds of excuses. I was making like procrastinations, and I knew like, I need to make a video for tomorrow. What I'm gonna do? Okay, it's not going to be a sim video anymore. Let's do a Q&A. Okay, let's check the questions that people have sent me over a month ago. Like the top rated question was about like, hey Misha, it seems that you enjoy more driving older cars than the new cars. So I'm like, that's actually a good one. Let's talk about the 993. Let's talk about me driving the M5, or like buying the M5 as an older car and like actually enjoying those, enjoying driving slow cars fast more than actually driving fast cars. Those obviously came up with a very nice introduction story. Because recently I was having a couple of beers with a very like professional, successful driver that is representing one of the sport car brands or supercar brands, and I'm not gonna mention his name, but he told me like, for my achievements, once I got to drive my childhood dream car of that manufacturer that I'm working for like half a day or a day, they organized the private circuit, and I could do it it was my childhood dream car. So you can think like, for example, it's a GT1 class car. It could be McLaren GTR if it would have been Lando Norris, or if it would have been Mara Engel, for example, it could be AMG CLK GTR, or I'm not going to mention any names, actual names, so these are just examples, not to put anyone in trouble. And after he drove one lap, he actually drove only one lap, and he came back into the pits and he said like, this is absolute shit. You destroyed my childhood dream. No, this was like my dream car, and now I hate it because it drives absolutely shit in comparison to today's cars 30 years later. This was like an idea, and this morning I went to the gym and I was thinking like, okay, I'm gonna make this video on the way back, because not on the way towards the gym because it's still dark outside. And I was playing like the scenario of this video in my head, what I'm gonna say, how I'm gonna say it. This, for example, in addition, I could have also talked about BMW XM, because a lot of you have asked me to give my opinion on that. I could fill up this, I could answer a couple of other questions. Someone invited me to go fishing in southern Florida. Yeah, and then, of course, also one of the most asked questions was about how am I doing? And this was also my beginning question towards you in this video. How are you guys doing? Now, regarding how I am doing, you can see that my life on a professional level right now is a bit messy, in a good way. On a personal level, it's completely different. This is why a professional level is kind of falling on the background, because in the last 2 years you could have seen that I've invested a lot of time, started investing a lot of time more in personal development, whether it is my physique, or just getting a dog, and simply doing things that I like more than just chasing brand deals, going crazy, etc, etc, etc. However, there is still this desire to express creativity, to be creative, to do more that I'm currently doing. But I do not want to sacrifice the things that give me not only personal fulfillment, if you might call them that way, like being in the gym or spending time with my dog or friends, or you name it. I don't want to sacrifice those, but I still want to grow further. By the way, as we're climbing towards Nürburgring, you can see how we'll be getting more snow and snow. We were in the village of, I don't know, sidetracking here again. You see, messy life. There are so many projects that I want to do, not only those videos that I just briefly mentioned about talking about my sim and etc. I want to make like really driving coaching videos about driving techniques, about how to brake properly, turn in properly, accelerate, the driving dynamics, like every section corner or every section of the track, to like really go in depth. But they require so much time and so much investment, and time that I do not want to get from other things, as mentioned before. Oh, a lot of snow ahead of us, as you can see. Now let's get to the point. I have decided for myself just an hour ago that I'm gonna like pull the trigger to make the announcement that I would like to have an editor slash cameraman again to fulfill these projects that I have in mind. Now, before you start manically writing me on Instagram and Facebook, and most importantly, of course, email about like, hey, here I am, let's work together, hear me out. Later on, I'm gonna tell you what the qualifications are, because I'm not gonna, like, it might sound selfish or assholish or arrogant, I'm not gonna even reply to certain applications because people need to be qualified. But first of all, let's address a very, like, an elephant in the room, because back in 2018 I had an editor and then things didn't work out. So of course, if you've been following me for a long time, you should ask yourself the question, why might they work out now this time? Well, of course we can point a lot of things out, but I do like to take accountability for all the things in life, for majority of things in life. And looking back at 2018, it was a very difficult year. Let's say a very challenging year. I was all over the place. I was saying yes to everything, to all kinds of projects, trying to like do lots of things. It was also the first year that we had a taxi license with Apex. I was going through breakup with Diana. My dad was dying of cancer. I mean, those two things, like on personal level things, they were messing me up a lot, while I still had to be smiling and being like great in front of camera, and then also working, trying to do new projects. It was a mess. And now, 3 years later, and especially since last 2 years, since 2020, since the world has changed, had lots of self-reflection, I know definitely a lot more what I want from life. And I know exactly what I want in terms of these projects and how to work on them and how to make things work. And also, on top, I'm also like, one of the things that I miss a lot from my time at Rimac was this creative expression, like making videos with Mate or other team members of Rimac Automobili, being creative and knowing what I want to do, but for which I require extra resources than just my own hand and a camera, but having someone in front of the camera, and also time for editing, because shooting a video like this, it literally takes me like click of the button, done. The editing, making thumbnail, and by now having more social media platforms, that's what the most time goes into. So yes, I would like an editor. And now let's get to the actual point of what the qualifications are, what I'm looking for. So first of all, I do believe that people, of course, need to grow and need to have a support, and it's always very stupid when you just come out of the college and someone is asking you for 10 years of experience for a job. But in this case, I am sincere. I don't have a lot of time to invest in someone. So please, if you do not have experience, spare me and yourself the time of saying like, hey, I know how to edit something, but I don't have much experience, but I'm a good learner. I understand, I believe in it, but it's not the place or time to do these types of things. So I'm looking for someone with experience. You need to know how to work with the camera. You need to know how to edit. I don't care whether it's Premiere Pro or DaVinci Resolve or what kind of, well, preferably DaVinci Resolve or Premiere Pro, because these are the softwares that I'm using currently. Resolve, but Premiere Pro is fine too in case we need to share projects. You need to know what you're doing in terms of hardware and software. On top, you need to be present here. I don't care if you're the best editor in the world and you're living in the States or Japan or in Africa. I'm not going to go through the hassle of uploading the footage and then getting the footage back and then saying like, oh no, this is something, can we do things differently? And then wasting so much time actually on not only managing a person or a project, but in this case, like wasting time on just controlling things or on logistic side of things. So you need, best case scenario, be living in Germany already and willing to move to the Nürburgring, or living somewhere else, but willing to move to the Nürburgring on your own. I'm of course willing to provide any types of like consultation and support, but again, it needs to be because something that you want to. Long story short, you need to be motivated and be willing to come here, and that's a very big important prerequisite. So qualified and being able to move here, and ideally also already living in Germany to make the transition to come to the Nürburgring a lot easier. What am I offering? Well, life at the ring, obviously. Hopefully that you, like me, can make out of your work, or out of your passion, your work, I think that's better said, and make great content. And obviously, goes without saying, good financial compensation. And yeah, a lot of cool projects that we can do together. I want to, obviously, don't worry for the existing audience, don't go like, oh my god, things are gonna go change again, it's going to be bad, because this is not why we watch your content. We like the genuinity of things. Vlogs will remain as they are. I do want just like to, I want to improve certain things, like having additional B-roll when we actually review cars, just extra on top, maybe some driving by footage, etc. Maybe I want to pick up boosted Boris again. I genuinely don't have time for that, but there's just like something that I want to do, but I cannot do it, and I want to do a half-ass job. Maybe I want to start a fitness channel. Maybe I want to start a sim racing channel if people would not like the sim racing content here. There are so many things that I would like to do, but simply I don't have time, and even I don't have time for the things that I currently am doing. So send me your application, and that's also the first first challenge or a task. I'm not going to tell you where to send it, because I believe if you're qualified, you should be able to find it where to send it to, and then it's not Apex address. And obviously, if you are not qualified or not looking for a job, but you know someone, feel free to forward that particular video to someone. So I hope we can take things to a next level, definitely, without sacrificing or changing things. I don't want to change things. I want to do more things on top. And that's pretty much it, all I had to say. So thank you very much for listening. I hope you are having wonderful, I think it's Wednesday, the 8th of December. So just the mandatory flags that we are having the same day, same time. Yeah, today, the same upload time. Yeah, have a great day. And looking forward to see what's going to come out of this. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.